Grab your drink of choice. Old fashioned with some Buffalo Trace whiskey. Because today, it's all about having cheers. Cheers to having a good video. Carnival drink package. Everybody wants to have a good time on the boat. Not everybody has to drink to have a good time. I like to drink and have a good time. So, what about the Carnival drink package? Is it worth it? Well, I'm going to tell you 10 things that Carnival doesn't really advertise or want you to know about their drink package. Coming up next. Now, the Carnival drink package. I'm going to say 10 things about it that, might surprise you and might sway you to not purchase the drink package. But before I do that, I want you to know that there are plenty of good reasons to purchase the drink package, and I'm going to make a separate video about that. And also, before we get started, welcome to the club. This is the Blue Water Club. You are now honorary members of the Blue Water Club. And if you want to become VIP members of the Blue Water Club, there's only one thing you got to do, and it's completely free. Just hit that subscribe button down below. Make sure you stick around to number 10 because I think it's going to be pretty surprising when it comes to something you may not know about the Carnival Cheers package. Number 1, top shelf liquor is available with the drink package. So, when you order a drink, you need to be very specific about the type of alcohol that you want in your drink. If you order whiskey, tell them you want Blanton's or Buffalo Trace if they have it. If you order a margarita, tell them you want Patron, tequila, or another top shelf tequila. If you do not tell the bartender a specific alcohol, they're going to probably pour you a bottom shelf alcohol. And you definitely want to avoid bottom shelf alcohol if you do not want a hangover. So let's make sure that we get the maximum out of our drink package by ordering a top shelf drink. Moving on to number 2. Certain sailings, mostly only, I should say, out of Galveston, Texas, and New York sailings, your drink package will not start on the very first day of your cruise. As a matter of fact, you have to wait to the next day for your drink package to start. And because there are special laws in Texas and in New York that prevent anyone from selling an all-inclusive drink package. So the issue comes in about, well, did I pay for the drink package? How come I'm not getting it on the first day of my selling? Well, technically, you're not actually getting charged for the first day you're selling because you actually don't have a drink package on the first day you're selling. So much so that there is even a limited menu at the bar on the first day when you cruise out of Galveston, New York, and it's limited to basically beer and wine. So be very aware that even if you bought a drink package, your first day on the cruise, you cannot use it if you're selling out of Galveston or New York. Number 3, third thing that Carnival doesn't want you to know about their Cheers Beverage program. You're limited to 15 drinks per day. And as a matter of fact, even if you don't have Cheers, you're still limited to 15 drinks per day. And another thing about that is the package does not reset till 6 a.m., not at midnight. So if you are a big drinker, and I like to drink, I can drink all day. I can easily drink 15 drinks, and especially if you start in the morning with breakfast. I like to start with a Bloody Mary or a mimosa or maybe both. And you might get cut off before the end of the night, right when you're wanting to have a really good time at the club or at the comedy club or wherever it may be on the boat, at the piano bar. It's all about pacing, really. So you got to be careful that you don't run out of your 15 drink limit before 6 a.m. The fourth thing that Carnival doesn't advertise on their drink package is that specialty coffees, sodas, energy drinks, teas, milkshakes, all these things come with the package, and they do not count against your 15 drink limit. The 15 drink limit is only for drinks with alcohol in them. The fifth thing that Carnival doesn't want you to know about their drink package: all drinks must be under $20. And this also falls into another issue where there's specific drinks that you cannot buy with your drink package. Fish bowls, cannot buy with your drink package. Pitchers of margaritas, cannot buy with your drink package, and especially since it's over $20. I think a pitcher of margarita is around $26, $27. And souvenir cups, cannot buy with your drink package. So anything that's over $20 cannot be purchased with a drink package. But the good news is most, if not, I'd say most drinks are under $20. The seventh thing that Carnival doesn't advertise about their drink package: your drink package does not follow you off the ship. So when you leave the ship, you no longer have the drink package. When you're on port, you do not have a drink package. But I have a pro tip for you. If you want to save money drinking alcohol off the ship, on your way through a duty-free shop, grab a bottle of alcohol. They're usually way cheaper than you can get them in the United States. And then take them to the beach with you or whatever it may be. Most places aren't going to say anything. Just make sure that you plan on drinking most, if not all of it, or tossing it out before you get back on the boat, because they're not going to allow you to bring an open bottle of alcohol back to the ship. But it's going to save you a ton of money than buying the drinks off the cruise at a bar where it's just 90% sugar and costs $15. Which leads me to the next tip, number 8. On average, you're going to need to drink around 6 to 7 drinks to break even. A drink package runs about $70 a day. So with that, you have to drink around 6 to 7 drinks on average to break even with the cost of the drink package every single day of your cruise that you're paying for the package, which is every day unless it's the first day of the cruise. And you may think to yourself, well, that's pretty easy. I can easily drink 6 to 7 drinks per day per person. What you might not think about is the port days. So on a 7-day cruise, you have 3 port days. And those 3 port days, there's a high probability that you're going to be off the ship for 10 or more hours. So when you get back on the ship, let's say around 5-ish, 4:35, and then by the time you get some rest and you're ready to go, you may only have so many hours to catch up on your drink package before you crash. So you're looking at drinking a drink every hour on the hour until midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning for 3 days in a row to try to keep up with the cost of your drink package. And that is just breaking even. That's not going over the cost of the drink package unless you're buying like specialty coffees and things like that. So keep that in mind when it comes to how many drinks you're going to be slamming on port days in order to catch up on the drink package. And also, if your tolerance is not as high tolerance, so I can drink quite a bit. So you got to be very careful that, if you have a low tolerance, you might not even need the drink package at all, because, 6 to 7 drinks might be plenty. But, if you have it, you're going to want to get your money's worth. So port days, for 3 days in a row, because most of the time your ship stops 3 times in a row, and then sea days are before and after on a 7-day cruise. You're going to be slamming drinks for those 3 days to try to keep up with the drink package. Number 9. The Carnival drink package has to be purchased for everyone in the room that's over 21. Now, there are definitely ways you can work around this by moving people around in different rooms if you have multiple rooms when you book the cruise. This can be a problem if there's a husband and wife and the husband's a drinker, the wife's not, or vice versa. And also it could be a problem if you just don't want to spend over $800 on drink packages for 2 people. So you can do things like I recently did, was I placed myself in my mother's room, and then my wife bought a drink package for $400, and then I don't have to. And then I actually stay in her room, right? So it doesn't matter which room you book in. You can stay in any room you want as long as it's like a family member, a relative, or a friend. And then you can even go to the guest services and get different key cards and things like that, or extra key cards. And there's different ways you can kind of avoid having to spend a tremendous amount of money on a drink package that someone may not want to use because they're not a heavy drinker. So I get why Carnival does it. They do it to keep people from buying one drink package and then sharing the drinks. And there's actually a time limit in between drinks that many people aren't aware of. So if you do buy a drink, you actually have to wait, I think 5 minutes or a little more maybe to buy the next drink, because it's supposed to be a deterrent to keep you from sharing drinks. But obviously you can still share a drink. 5 minutes in between drinks is not that big of a deal. And then to make sure also, if you are not planning on using all 15 drinks, go stock up on drinks. Buy a beer every 5 minutes and then take that beer back to your room. Don't open it, put it in the fridge, and then you got beer for later. So there's different things you can do to kind of negate the cost of the drink packages. All right, we made it to number 10. Now, if you made it this far in this video, you must like the content. So I will once again invite you to become VIP members of the Blue Water Club and hit that subscribe button. This next thing that Carnival doesn't advertise or want you to know about their drink packages is a big deal. And many people don't know this. Sometimes some even experienced cruisers don't know this. If you had the drink package before, you probably will. Carnival is going to make you pay for your drink package on the very last day of your cruise, the Debarkation day. You're going to pay $70 on that day, on the day where you're going to be off the boat, most likely before 11 a.m. in the morning. You're still paying for the drink package on that day, which to me is crazy. It's just this biggest sticking point for me is, why am I paying $70 on Debarkation day when that day is nothing but packing, cleaning up, finding everything in your room, finding things under the bed that you may have forgot, loading everything up, getting your luggage tag, getting out the door, going to eat breakfast, waiting for your number to call, figuring out how you're going to get home or get to your car and all these things. It's the last thing you're going to do is trying to slam $70 worth of alcoholic drinks on that day. You maybe have a few hours on the boat that day where you're kind of just waiting around, and you might want to grab a specialty coffee or an energy drink or something like that, but you're still not gonna, you can, but I highly doubt you're gonna spend $70 worth of or drink $70 worth of alcohol or beverages on Debarkation day. It's a big sticking point for me, and I think it's a thing that a lot of people aren't even aware of until someone brings it to their attention. I'm glad you came to the Blue Water Club today. Leave a comment below if you've ever had an issue with a drink package that you weren't aware of or took you by surprise. The community wants to hear from everybody. I did not cover everything, and again, I'm going to cover another topic of why you should get the drink package. So, raise your glasses, take a drink, and say cheers to Carnival drink packages.